I now own my business, and its current flagship is no jokes. Her rigging recognizable from afar, she proudly bears the colors of Astrin Chill Trading Incorporated. The climb to success has been steep and left a few scars. I became a smuggler, lost the incognito, and my relationship with the archipelago is on shaky ground, to say the least. This trip is an attempt at salvaging any trade agreement I can with the archipelago. If it all works, I will be within reach of my next milestone. My cargo is divided into missions and trades. My boat is carrying what could be qualified as a safe amount of cargo. First off, I have a letter from the governor of Astrin asking from leniency from local authorities at the lagoon, as well as 2 cases of goods that are just there to show his willingness to, put those bad things behind. The rest of the cargo is composed of trade items, which should grant me significant profit. The route south is as simple as it gets. With a boat fully equipped and an upcoming 12 to 15 days at sea, I settle for the long haul. I want to experiment a new route going straight south instead of the usual loop east. Probably the shortest path, but I do expect to trade off speed for it. Holding the course proves being a challenge, and I end up west of Happy Bay, with the island in sight for about a day and a half. I then refocus on my navigation, set on leaving the archipelago on my port side. I cannot run the risk of my ship being seized in the local waters. Just over 8 days after leaving Astrin and following a pleasant sailing trip, the peaks of Newport and DC came into view. Although the wind was pushing me westwards, I remained far away from the archipelago, not even bothering to turn on my lights. So far, so good. The lagoon came into view 11 days into the journey. It was always a sight to behold, and this time I knew that its sheer size was merely the certainty of a soon approaching arrival, rather than a docking within the next hours. Yet, it was a welcome landmark, and with extremely favorable winds, I ended up docking in Senna the very next day, eager to get down to business. Okay, so it's the end of the day here. We're talking about day 467. I left day 455. So, yep, that's about 12 days. I'm gonna put the governor mail aside, because what I'm doing now is checking my trade. So I have books, honey beer, no, that I'm keeping. I have goods. I think here it's goods as well. Yes, that's a gift from the governor, but I have my own goods. Goods again, goods again. I'm keeping the cheese. Iron. But you know what? I'm gonna prepare the boxes tonight, and then I'm going to... What about? I'm going to do the transactions tomorrow morning. Yeah, getting late, right? 6:30. Need to get my dinner. I'm quite tired. Yeah, that calls for a good night's sleep. Okay, let's go. I'm pretty sure the wind is gonna push me against the dock. I know that exiting out of Senna can be a bit tricky. We're gonna go slow though. Yep, breakfast time. Good morning. 7 a.m. The beautiful Kisia Bay. Yeah, so I docked last night, and I also unloaded my cargo, as well as planted my two starboard side mooring line to the shipyard. And yeah, changes are coming. But first, we are the morning of day 469, and this one, I think, is gonna stay in the book as a hell of a payday, because when we do this, boom, and what else do we have? Nails. I have nails. And this, alright, 150k. Okay, spare me the 2k plus change, but yeah, over 147,000. So we are in Emerald Dragon, obviously, so in Extreme Crown that would be much less, but that's still a substantial amount of money, and it's a beautiful day as well, so that's amazing. But okay, so yeah, in anticipation of the shipyard work, I removed anything from structure, mast. Just, I'm not sure yet how wide I'm gonna go, but yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting. I'm probably gonna spend a bit of time, and yeah, I'll show you what we're gonna do of our junk Good morning. So two things. Number one, I forgot to take a flipping receipt. Second time in a row. But hey, we're not gonna change a winning team. I spent, as you may have seen just there, I'm down to 82k. So I spent quite a lot of money. And we'll see to do what very shortly as we get underway to Firefish Lagoon to deliver our missions from the Astrin Governor. Let me try to get going over there. Nice. So I've been ignoring the beast here, the Jong. The guy at the shipyard actually offered me to get it for what, close to 135k, and I almost took it. But no, not yet. That would have wiped me out solid, and I didn't want that to happen. So the sun is rising right now, which should start giving us some good visibility as we enter the lagoon. So let me give you a quick tour. So I've put the smoker over here, boat one in Kissia Bay. Here it's gonna be mostly dedicated to my cargo, and then here, so I I did purchase those two models, which cost me a small fortune, but pretty amazing. Let me just check my heading before we continue. Yeah, so you're coming down. You've got a watch here. So because I'm on open deck here, I put my watch cover, but I can still see it quite easily from my helm. And then here I have some fishing hooks. I loaded up on firewood as well. Those are my spares for this trip, for this ship. Some lantern and oil, my map wall, and then my cabin here. Let me let me go back up. I don't wanna. Yes. All right. So the wind is nice. So overall, the boat is currently set up to be quite a comfortable ride. So obviously reducing to one mast means I only have one flag, but that should be fine. We're riding good. So obviously this setup is pretty expensive on lanterns, but I don't expect to have them all on at the same time. But I just find it very cool. Yeah, so that's my cabin here. Got some spares navigational equipment, got a pipe, got my main navigation table here, my trade licenses, and some drinks available, my knife there. Here is a crate with some spare item that I will be using to set up my next ship. I think I forgot a light, but yeah. What does the wind say? Okay. Yeah, we're good to carry on like this for a bit longer. I'm gonna keep my navigation light, turn that one off. Two quick hops, and I would be on my way home. I'll miss sailing through the lagoon, but I have more important affairs to attend elsewhere. Kissia Bay ended up being a slight disappointment. No luxury good available whatsoever. But as I was heading north, I couldn't avoid smiling. Senna held all its promises, and my boat was full-ish of silks and rabbit furs, both goods that sell for a high profit in the fort. The trip had been smooth, the boat a wonder to navigate in open seas. I was back in Astrin, and now the question was, am I gonna sell all of my cargo here? I had been away from Astrin for 30 days. I have people to meet, cargo to trade, and news to catch up on. Now, you see, I'm more looking for something that would, yeah. I guess this one would be a good, good tribute to the incognito. Well, actually, that's the only cog that you have here, right? Yeah, all the other are brigs. Maybe this one? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll grab this one. About a week? Yep, sounds good, man. Thanks a lot. Alright, what time it is? 20 to 8. Got another 20 minutes to wait before my meeting with the shipyard's master at the tavern. It's day 490 and another day that's gonna be one to remember. So we're good then, yeah? All the things that I ask are done, yeah? Awesome. Well, pleasure doing business with you. Thanks. See ya. Guys, I'm holding a title for the flipping brig. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Yes. Today we're scaling up. Look at her. So I had asked the guys from the dock if they could prep some supplies real quick. Yeah, 3 barrels of water and a pork, and then we're gonna bring that baby back to our home port. I have no idea where I'm gonna put this for now. It's too big. Maybe I should go in the cargo bay. Maybe. Hi. That's cool. No, I'm gonna. I'm not bringing any cargo back to Siren Song, so it's just this, literally, and and then we're gonna see what the vanilla sales config look like. I haven't done much homework on this, but hey, should be fine. So why water? Because I ran a bit short of it in my last trip, and I know that it's cheaper in Astrin than in other towns around, so that's why I'm just grabbing it here. So yeah, one barrel for now. I came very light. I came extremely light. I do have our chronometer though, just to make sure that that we can look at the speed. So, all right. The wind is fairly favorable to leave, and so I have 2 squares, 1 stay sail, 2 squares, and 1 gaff. All right. Okay. And if everything makes sense, yes, this is a jib. All right. Are we ready for this? I don't know, but yeah, it just makes sense. We've got the cargo yacht, the junk, for a fast trip with expensive, kind of fragile cargo. And we have the Brig for still luxury goods, but like heavier. Yeah, that works. Nice. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna assume that the foremast is the main one, and that should be our top square. Yes. Are we gonna kiss the dock here? Maybe not. Maybe our stern is gonna though. Are we gonna be able to make the turn? We're gonna try. And then we should have one winch to control both squares. Yes. So I'm not going to the shipyard now. It's I want to try the boat vanilla. I will quickly go back to the shipyard, but not just now. Okay, and then I think we're gonna have to play with our jib. Because I don't think the square is gonna cut it. Okay, let me bring it back up. And so our only remaining option would be the gaff. Nope. Okay. Yes. Such a big ship. Hey! Is it me or we're cruising here? Okay. 5 knots. That works. I wonder what kind of wave we're gonna need to actually take on water here. I mean, obviously loaded. Yeah, let's look at the. So empty, we're sitting very high on the water. Maybe some slight wind shadows, question mark? And then so free helm, our rudder is moving here and there. I have a lot of square sail area. So obviously every little blow of the wind is gonna push my boat. I think we're gonna be able to reach some. To be honest, I was scared that I was never gonna see 8 knots with this. But if I'm seeing them in vanilla configuration, right? 4 p.m. Look at that, 8 plus. Some would say 9 minus. Very nice. I'm speechless, guys. It's quite an intimidating beast. It's so quiet. It's very roomy. What about navigation light? The angle is not steep enough here. Maybe I can try to go external. It's a big ship. Can't wait to see it docked next to the junk, just to get a feeling. Good morning. Wow. Okay. Lanterns down below deck, a must. Oh, it's because it's still dark. What time is it? 4:15. Yeah, it's fine. I'll grab a break first, and then I'm gonna have to open up this. Yeah, that's fine. Damn. Can I see the? Oh. Okay. Slightly better. Let's get going. Maybe we can come in with the sun rising. Damn. That feels empty. Let me close that so that I can walk without falling down. Yeah. This is a good buy. Let's put it that way. This little one is staying here. I think it fits very well with our boat. Those are my spare maps, spare clocks. Won't need them where I'm going. Do I have speed even? Oh yeah. I guess you can call that speed. Okay. We're on. Nice. Yeah, so I started to equip the junk. I had to take most of the items, furniture and equipment from the junk for the brig, I mean. Look at that beast. I mean, the junk was quite big, but this one, it's another story entirely. We're taking the channel. Yeah, so I wanted to get underway because the wind is favorable, and also because for today I'd like to do a load test as well as finish to set up my boat, and that includes a first shipyard visit. So it's currently 2:15, which means that yeah, we're probably going to spend the night at sea here. So before the boat tour, let's start with our load test. Obviously we are sitting quite high on water, so the boat is not very loaded, and I'm hoping to complete our load test our next stop. We've got money for that. We got about 40k string crown, and yeah, so I started the load test with Nails mission to 40 string. That's £1,000, and 5 tools to 40 string as well. That's another £650. So that's a start, but as you can see, barely makes a difference, right? So I think in the junk we managed to put what was that? £4,500. So yeah, I expect to at least double that amount, and we're not going to 40 string because I don't care if I lose reputation. I have, let's see, 69k reputation for A string. So even if I'm late for those 2 missions, let's see here, because it's 2 days and 2 days, we're still going to be swimming in very high reputation. So no risk to lose our trade license. All right. Boat tour. So this is my helm area. Nothing much. It's fairly empty. I've put 2 shelves here. It's empty on purpose. I have additional equipment in the crate on my left if I want to use them. They're very handy. And then on my right, as you saw earlier, I have kind of my kitchen with some oranges for fruits, some smoked pork, some charcoal, and my knife. Here I have my fire pit, and right there I have my smoker, and my water is here. So I have all the essentials right where I want them to be. So that's pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna go and try to get a proper heading as soon as possible. I'm gonna have to tune my my gaff here, get her, yeah, there we go, and reopen as well, get my Jeep fine-tuned. Wow, it's gonna be tricky to just walk and not run on that boat, because yeah, there is quite a distance to go. Okay, then I can let go of my helm. There we go, and tighten up my gaff. We're going north by northwest. I need to go west by northwest, but that's totally fine because as soon as I'm behind those rocks here, I'll be able to get a proper heading, and it might not be dark by then, but we're gonna anticipate a little bit and get that beauty lit up, because yeah, it can get very, very dark. Alright, so if we stay in this area here, we've got 2 boxes of nails that I purchased in Siren Song, and those are my ballast, so 200 pounds each. I want to try and see how that works for ballast, so I can easily move them right by my helm. Yes, it's true that, like for instance now, I could bring that one on the other side, like so. And you're gonna tell me, yeah, but you're blocking the stairs. Yeah, I don't care. I got another one here. Alright. Next, I have the map of the local region that I'm gonna have here if I don't have it on me. Here are my supplies. So as for the cog, right, I'm not gonna put a lot of weight on top, and supplies usually don't weigh that much. So I have some cheese, some pork, some oranges, firewood, and these are my fishing hooks, because my rod is here. Of course, I'm gonna be sailing from fishing, sorry, from the upper deck here. It's pretty cool. Nice, we've got some waves. That's good. Alright, let's finish in that level. So here we're coming into what's gonna be probably my office slash living area. So here I have a small table with the paintings that I purchased in is that one the cog? Yes, that one is a cog. So that's the one that I purchased in Astrin. Here I have a table with a world map, a compass. Here is a mess because I have a lot of lights. I have some candles. I have some bottle of oil as well, some elixir. It's just there because I'm missing hooks. I'm missing a lot of stuff. So I'll get to there when we're back in Astrin. Then here I think, whoop, it slided a little bit. Let's see. It's a bit finicky to put in, but once it is in, it looks so cool. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? This is my cheap plug, and here is not water. That's my barrel of honey beer if I want to celebrate. And it's getting fairly dark, so let's fine-tune ourselves for the night, and then I can show you downstairs. I'm gonna fine-tune, but I'm not gonna fine-tune too much because we are already pretty much against the wind. So let's try and see if we can go a bit more. And this time we slept through, and it's already day. Hop! Little exercise as we wake up, and we've got east wind right where we want it. I mean, arguably we went a bit far, and we're gonna be able to tack. Do we have enough speed to tack though? Do we need to prepare before tacking though? Probably. Let's see here. No, yeah, this one I need to put it in tension. This one I need to tension as well. I need to release it a bit. Or do I? This one, tension, and then release a bit. Okay. I want to say we don't have enough speed. But we need to go though. Alright. Gonna bring my gaff in to push us into the wind. Try to turn a bit faster. And we have a tack to start the day. I mean, do we have a tack? We have a tack attempt to start the day. Coming into the wind. Were we a bit early? I don't think so. Excuse me. Are we stuck? Look at the watch. And I want to say, ooh. All right, so moving forward, the idea is going to be to try to stay to have only high-speed maneuvers. But not even fully turned yet, huh? A little bit, but it's because the wind is, yeah, you see the wind is very weak as well. There is almost nothing blowing, no? And we did tack, so that was a successful tack. I mean, let's be real. Standards are fairly low as we begin our Brig adventure. I'm gonna release the gaff too early. Okay, too early. We have tack, a successful tack though. We're gonna be fairly close wind as we get underway to east wind. It's good that it's early because it might take the day, and there we go. We can feel the slight shift in the boats list. So we can oh, I need to switch off a light downstairs. Yeah, light management is gonna become a thing. I have some weird lighting issues over there. That's fine. Let's not worry about it. So I should still be turning, I'm aware, but we are going so slow that I'm not concerned whatsoever, although, okay, now we're good. We may, yeah, we're a little bit off. All right, much better. Okay, we're gonna chill. Take some speed. Alright, so we're arriving soonish in East Wind. It's just after noon, so it's arguably it wasn't that bad because I slept through the night. Otherwise, it was arguably quite a long journey since we just came from there. But that's fine. We were very close hold most of the way, but gave me time to just enjoy the smooth sailing. Even went back to fishing for a little bit because I want to keep doing some experiment with the. Can you? Thank you. Yeah, so the knife is still quite buggy, but that's alright. I want to experiment with the smoker here. Because, so that fish only gives me three slices. It's not a lot if you ask me. Unless some fell on the deck, question mark. Okay, so we got this. Let's grab one firewood. We're gonna go one firewood at a time. Should work, right? Is it working? It's working. Alright, now we can focus on our docking. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one. Because I think the proper entrance is right into the wind. Let's try. You see my jib there. Oh. We're gonna go even slower if that was even possible. I'm gonna put you back. I mean, there is no real listing issue right now. But I have the feeling that in any case, that's how you're supposed to approach the brig, right? Like, if I was to rush, I mean, it's a lot of rocks. We're arriving from there, huh? It's not really what. It's not really ideal. Well, it's actually very far from ideal. But if I want to attack, I need much more speed. Which we may get if we go a bit like this. Yeah, that's gonna be tight. And I'm not sure how late I'm gonna have to start my turn, or how late I can start my turn. The later the better. Don't tell me the wind is turning. Wait, looks like the wind turned in my favor. Not really though. So much for high-speed maneuver. She's really a beautiful ship though. Very nice. Alright. Are we gonna have to push? Maybe. Okay. Let's try it. Let's see if we're gonna be too late. Ooh, it's getting clear. You can see the sand. Luckily, we aren't too heavy. No way. Ooh, we're gonna hit it. Ooh, I think it's close. I don't want to check because first off we're gonna hear. Okay, I don't want to have water issue right now. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna miss the dock now. Let's lock the wheel. Okay, now we're good. Yeah, the visibility though. Okay. Let's quickly. Nice. Looks like we have a nice lineup. Yes. We can even bring up the jib. Nice. Wow. Okay, let's focus on docking though. We have... Yeah, but usually we need a bit of distance though to get going from here. Okay, stop. Alright. And convenient, the second mooring line is here, but not so convenient is that it doesn't allow you to play with your boat when it's moored that easily because it's not back enough. Okay, 4 p.m. We still have 2 solid hours of daylight. Hello sir, what are you selling? Oh, that makes me think. May want to check on my small pieces before they burn. What does it say? Can I even see them? Fresh. Okay, still fresh. No more fire. Alright, no more fire. So we're going for a second charcoal bit. Alright. Let's see now what we can do for our load test. Copper. Love it. 1,300 pounds. Okay. Gems. Love it. Iron. Love it. Okay. Alright guys. We may have a start of a load test here because we have 1,300. Let's go for 15, 2,500, 3,000, 3,600. No, it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. And those are lots of boxes as well. But I may be able to complete with some trade. Anything? Yeah. I know I'm gonna have to go to Happy Bay at some point, but not just yet. Alright. So we're only going with additional standard crates then. Okay. We're gonna have about 4,500. So I'm gonna load that up and then we'll see how the brig sits. And before I start, right, we're gonna check this. Good morning. Okay, beautiful day. And looking at the wind, I don't think we're leaving today. I can also see that I forgot a light here, which is not great because then I also forgot it here. Yep. And I also forgot the one in my room. Yep. And that's because Because I worked very late last night trying to get all that cargo in and keeping some space for more, because as we know, we've reached 4,500 pounds of cargo, and that doesn't, like, you know, technically we are at I think we are at 5,000 because I have 2 nails that are not counted in there, but already we have 5, 10, 15, 18, 21 crates on board just for our cargo. We are not balanced, are we? That's weird, because if you look down, let me light that up. So here is what I came up with all the missions. I'm putting 1 iron down, a copper on top, and behind it I have 2 copper hidden. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think I can be more efficient. I still have a lot of space, I think. So yeah, technically I have that iron and that copper that are not duplicated on the other side, so that would explain the slight list, but that's alright. It's really a beautiful day. Okay, we're gonna check with our dude first. No, I can't take more missions, so I think we're gonna go for some purchases. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of A-string crown, or almost 3k left. I actually came back, and if we look at our trade receipt, so that's the initial load that I took, 9 copper and 5 iron. I went, bought another 4 iron and another 4 iron. So everything is on board, and I don't know if we count. Let me show you first. So everything, I even put 2 iron here, try to balance out. Yeah, you see, actually I think I've done an okay job balancing my my weight this time around. So yeah, my stern was a bit heavy, so I removed 2 irons, tried to balance it out, and otherwise those are all the items that we have. And in order to balance further at my bow, I have 8 iron there. So yeah, hopefully the iron pays well in 4-day stream. We are I don't know if we are so much lower underwater, but as you can see, we're getting very close from the bottom of the port here. I'm not leaving today. We are not leaving with a wind unfavorable like that and so much weight. So if, let me switch that off, and if we look at our total weight, so the 9 copper, that's 3,500 pounds. The 9 irons, that's no. The 9 copper is 2340, 2,340 pounds. The 9 iron is 3,420. I have my 2 nails at 400. We know that with our mission we have 4,500 pounds of cargo, and so without counting any of my personal items beyond my ballast, you see I am listing a little bit, we are at 10,660 pounds of cargo for this trip, so quite a lot. Another thing, when you cut your fish, I'm not gonna eat it now, but when you cut your fish and smoke it, it only takes 2 little pieces, which is pretty amazing if you ask me, because it might take at least 6 for a normal fish, although you do 4 at a time, so more calculations needed. Okay, good morning, 7 a.m. and the wind doesn't okay, well, I guess we're gonna try. Wow. Okay, I need to remember that I'm on... wow. I'm listing quite a lot. Okay. The boat feels extremely heavy. Extremely heavy. Ay, 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 ay. How are we gonna get out of here? Alright. Good morning. A bit late, but good night's sleep, and we've just missed a train. But no problem. We're gonna turn back around. I'm not sure why I slept so much. Kind of pissing me off a little bit. Yeah, we even left a street. That's how fast we've been going. But that gives us a square's arrival, I think. Yeah, probably. Nice morning sailing. Let's see here. Turning around she goes. Easy does it. No more storm. Breakfast time. Oh, I could have eaten my my smoked stuff. Let's go full on. Can I reach it? Yes. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I think the problem with heavy loads is that it's difficult to keep your boat ultra balanced. And to fight that, you need ballast, I think. We are not going through the channel. Nope. Not today. I'm not saying I'm not gonna attempt it with the Brig, but just not today. The mast positioning. That's because I was gonna say we can go bigger with a jib, but that close from the mainsail sails, I'm not too sure. All right, that's for later. Let's prep Alright, I'm not gonna bother too much about the ballast because I'm gonna pull my... Are we going straight to the shipyard though? Yes, we are. Totally. We're totally going straight to the shipyard. And we can probably keep our square up if that's the case. Yeah, so you see, with wind pushing on one end, I'm again getting very, very close from the water. But I'm thinking that with proper ballasting, I could compensate that. So maybe 10,000 pounds open seas is doable. Feels good though to ride that girl and be that sided. Cool. Wait, we're touching? No way. We can't get into a string. Are you kidding me? No way. No. No. I'm gonna get stuck. But the power of the sails, is it gonna be enough? It's not. It is. Wow. Astrin is probably the last space where I was expecting this. Okay. Let's prepare. We're coming fast. Not gonna be my best docking. It's gonna be terrible. But we should be in within reach of the clit. I was just too focused on how not deep the channel was. That's crazy. And that's where the brig is from. Interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure that once we are in the shipyard, like right now, I have no problem, I will never touch, but making the approach quite a challenge like this, I like it. Okay, let's go. Ooh, no, let's not. I'd like to unload before visiting the shipyard. If anything, check that out. You see that? She's definitely heavy though. Oh, I still have my jib. Damn. Yeah. Need to take care of my light. That ship is a piece of work, let me tell you that. I'm burning through candles like there is no tomorrow, but that's fine. Yeah, I know my jib. Oh, I need to unload everything here first. The question is, because of the sheer quantity I'm selling, average price 2,000. Yeah, average price of 2,000, maybe a bit less, and 1,100 for irons. Okay, let's go. 3K, 2,000. I can load it up. Okay, still make it a profit. That's fine. and then copper, yeah, 55k. I'm getting a receipt this time, don't go boom. It's quite interesting. I had a few hours before my appointment at the shipyard. Yep, Brig is still there, so I thought I would just take a walk, have some food. And the crazy thing is, the last time I sat at this very table, I was learning sailing the cog. The junk had yet to prove its full potential, and the Brig was a faraway dream. But today it's quite different though. It's been quite a learning curve, to say the least, and I think our friend over there has much more in her. It ended up taking just over 3 weeks. 22 days of intense work. 22 days of relentless testing. What started as a simple shipyard visit soon evolved in a complex and expensive endeavor. I wanted to focus on optimization, or rather carefully consider every design decision. She will be mine. Using the main cabin as a temporary storage area, I cleared all decks, masts and walls from any crates, tools and equipment. With the ship now in dry dock, I approached this daunting task from a bottom-up angle. The hammock could be removed, leading to no real benefits. Removing the walls would certainly save weight, which in turn could contribute towards better handling and greater speed, as well as a positive impact on cargo capacity. I guess I can kiss goodbye to my frugal sleeping quarter. Storage racks, on the other hand, would make the boat slightly heavier, but storage would become a breeze, or so claims its designer. Trying to balance all perspectives led me to remove the hammock, remove the walls, and install racks, at least for now. When it came to rigging, I wanted to at least initially maintain the two-mast configuration, including current bowsprit. For this first iteration, I looked at recreating a two-masted topsail schooner. As such, the main mast would only carry the mainsail, an impressive Brig gaff short 17 yards. The foremast would get a more complex setup, while middle and forestay would provide additional power and speed across all winds conditions. And as a final tweak, I modified the main ropes holding the main mast, thus significantly increasing the mainsail's rotation span. Looking damn good on paper if you ask me. Off to sea trials. I can right away feel the boat behaving more aggressively, if that makes sense. I gain on maneuverability, and I like the initial speed I am getting. The trial loop is easy enough. Head north by northwest towards east wind, and then turn east until you've reached the longitude of Mount Malefic, about there. And after that, we simply find our way back to port. The cargo hold was still empty though, and the sea trial would definitely be incomplete without proper load on board. A quick stop by Eastwind should do. I should be able to grab some crates of iron or copper and load them on board. This sail plan seems to do the job, and the boat is flying. The number and position of winches slightly overwhelming at first. I end up finding higher winds and waves east, and I am able to test out different configuration based on wind direction and strength. Reaching 8 to 9 knots in most windward position feels satisfying, while a solid 6 to 7 knots running against the wind means steady progress. The mainsail might be a bit big though, but I am definitely seduced by this schooner. Back to the shipyard a few days later, I was ready for a second iteration. The Brigantine was next, or at least its modern take, or schooner brig, as this rigging was historically called. The mainmast featured a single 13-yard brig sail. The downgrade was reducing the sail area and should also positively impact the ship's weight. Two staysails would be positioned between the main and foremast, while the latter would feature 3 square sails. The upgraded bowsprit would carry 2 smaller jibs as well as a small genoa. "50% less sail compared to the previous schooner. It was time to put her to sea." It was now time to take the learnings from the last 2 trials and integrate them into my own Brig design. Not perfect, but she will be mine. At the stern, the mainmast will carry 3 squares and a 10-yard gaff. The top 2 squares used as topsails. Mindful of not just going with the bigger sail because it's cool approach, I swap my Jeep 14-yard for a smaller one and decide to try a small Genoa for the lower stay. The foremast will be a replica of the square on the main. This should, I think, properly balance the strength and the force of the wind on the overall boat. Or at least, that's my hope. Forced to keep the Brigantine's sprit sails, I swap the 14-yard jib for its big brother. There she stands, proud and ready, with her 660 total sail area, or a 20% increase from its vanilla configuration. Sea trials start first thing tomorrow morning. Good morning, Jody. Hey, thanks again for the night. Yeah. How much? I'm gonna be gone for the next couple of days. 46 crowns? Sure. Well worth it. What do you mean there is someone here to see me? And why are you whispering? Oh. And he works for the governor? Alright. Give me that honey beer and I'll see what he wants. Morning, sir. Share a drink with a fellow sailor? Yeah, absolutely. I heard you've been looking for me. Yeah? It turned out I had not been the only one to follow closely those sea trials. The governor was looking for the right man to carry a rather mundane mission for him. My name had been thrown in the hat after the skyrocketing rise of my reputation in the region. And the man seemed to imply that interest had risen sharply once I had acquired the brig. And he made sure to mention that this was not a request I was in a position to reject. Cargo was already waiting next to my ship on the dock. That's not at all what I had in mind for a sea trial, but hey, I guess it's gonna have to do. I'm gonna stop real quick by the business office here, because I still have my kind of cargo for my trials. So Happy Bay, 3,200 per crate, and if I'm not wrong, I paid them 21. So that's gonna create a little bit of cash, because as you can see I'm a little bit low. Although the governor told me I was gonna be paid for transporting his cargo. Can I? Yeah, I know time is kind of the essence here, but I was hoping I could find some. You see, tools, but that means loading and. Leather. That's light enough. Okay. How many? Oh well, 4. Okay. We're gonna grab that real quick. So my body's not equipped for a open sea journey right now, but that should work because I'm still being slowly equipping it up. And okay, that's the cargo over there. So that's 2 gems, and we've got the paperwork going along with it. All right. So what we're gonna do is, I think for now, I'm gonna put my. No, I'm not gonna put it here. Let's do it proper. Okay. And doing it proper means turning on some lights so we can see what's going on, and then we're gonna store our leather fairly quick. So 1 is gonna go here, 1 is gonna go here. Okay, that sounds good. And then 1 is gonna go right there. Perfect. Not perfect. Right there. Perfect. Same on the other side. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna switch this one off. Switch this one off, and we're gonna leave that one on. Which leads me to think that I'm still missing some lights, but that's fine. The setup is not supposed to be complete just yet. And yeah, okay, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I can make the sea trial of this beauty going to Happy Bay, no problem. That's gonna be a good test. So, oh yeah, I need to load the mail, so that I'm gonna put it on the upper deck because it's fairly light, or very light rather. And then our 2 cases of gems. I'm gonna keep them handy though, I think, for kind of ballast purpose. And then, but here I already have one of my nails. Gonna bring it up. So with that, we would have nails on the upper deck and gems on the main deck. That sounds perfect. Yes. What is this crate? Firewood. Alright. That works. The wind is gonna push us. I don't know where the wind is gonna push us towards. East. Okay. I'll take that. I'm a bit concerned with the 7 days journey time frame in this one. Reason is, if I was in the emo junk, I cannot push. Okay, fine. If I was on the emo junk, I would be no problem. I would be like, okay, let's go. I can probably do it in 4 or 5 days. But in this beast, yes, so the new rigging missed. So I'm gonna have to learn. And we're already moving. Okay, that's not this one. That's the main. Okay, very good. So that would be this one then. Yes. Perfect. It's a lot of winches. Okay, we know from experience that this is a fairly shallow area. So we're gonna try to not get let's go with our big jib right away. Yeah, cause I'm not sure where our Genoa is. Let's put some tension. Okay. Weather is becoming a bit more difficult, but we're gonna be able to go with our squares here, which is pretty cool. Okay. Let's go. Let's see what she looks like. Oh, yes. Yes. beautiful morning on the ocean here. Coming on to 8:15, which is all right. We are looking at noon today, doing some navigation because I sailed through a storm most of the day yesterday. It was like intense, but the Brig was just riding it like very easily. We're currently going almost full south, and we are 3 days out. So 4th day at sea since we left Mont Maléfique, which has long disappeared in the distance. I'm not 100% sure as to where I am on this map here. If I had to take a guess, I would say that I'm on the 4th longitude and maybe 37 or 36 latitude, but we should be able to confirm that in a few hours. Yep, just 3. Going with the Brig setup there. It's working. Not gonna complain, and it allows us to get some good speed. Yeah, we remain well above our target of 6 knots, which is nice. Now, because the speed of this boat can vary quite a bit, I don't know. I don't know how far off I am from Happy Bay here. Yeah. But sailing wise, it's been quite a blast, to be honest. And having the wind holding, because I had crosswinds for most of the trip, as kind of expected. But yeah, this is not a racing boat, and running against the clock in the Brig is quite a challenge. So we had 520 miles to do in 7 days. Again, shouldn't be an issue in the junk, for instance. Probably wouldn't be able to make it in the cog. I'm looking at my big square here, but it seems like it's holding. 10:15. Alright, about an hour before we get ready, which means I'm gonna start now because I've missed readings because I was focusing on something else, and you know, time kind of flies, especially on a big boat like this. It's a very nice day though. Comparing that to yesterday's weather, that was insane. That was quite insane. Okay. I think I'm gonna bring up my my big square just a tiny bit. Just want to be able to see, right? Yeah, there you go. Look at this. And in any case, yeah, the wind is turning. Do I want to risk going any more east? I don't think so though. I don't think so. So we're gonna bring up our squares. Might be a bit early, but I would rather do it while the need is while the wind is not too much unfavorable here. Yeah. Bringing you in, Mr. Genoa. Alright. And then... yeah, we're gonna bring up all of those. Bring down our Genoa as well. I've been reaching 8 knots with my stay sail config, so I'm not sweating too much. I don't think I'm gonna lose too much speed. Maybe a knot. We'll see. And you see, starting a sail change. That close from noon is not great, because I'm quite east, right? So I should hit. Yeah, coming up fairly soon. And yeah, so you see, latitude wise, I think a 37 is gonna be fair. Rope, get out of the way, thank you very much. I'm gonna try to lock full south here, and there we are. Alright. And we are looking at... no. Okay, I'm only 4. What was I saying? Yes, 37. I want to say 37 latitude, 4 longitude. So that puts us at 37 and 4. So we should be going full south then. Full south, and we should have Happy Bay. Right ahead, or somehow right ahead. Maybe one more day of sailing, even though I'm pretty sure the wind is gonna become quite unfavorable. But yeah, 37, and I'm going 35, right? 2 days. I might be able to make it though. That's interesting. Okay, I see my big Jeep flapping a little bit here. The wind is kind of dying off a little bit. Very calm seas. Alright, 6:04. I woke up at 3 and then couldn't see anything, so came back to bed. We're heading full south, that's perfect. Crosswind as usual. Magnifique sunrise reflecting on the sea here. Water splashing the boat. Yeah, it's quite high seas here. Like it. I like it very much. And I keep hearing bangs. Yeah, so you see, I think my drying rack just keep moving. My fishes are still there. Oh, speaking about fishes, I totally didn't. Yeah, I need to add some charcoal here, or firewood rather, and because it is early morning, I should be able to see 3 pieces of firewood through during the day. But I think I'm gonna put 2 only though, just to see where that gets us for mostly for the blackfin. Maybe the trout, definitely not the eel. Alright, check on our speed. I like this hour of the day and the reflection that you get on the sea though. Come on! Come on! Yes! Woo! I'm gonna take it as a 6-ish. 5 plus? Alright. I'll settle for 5 plus, I guess. I've noticed that the... Ooh, okay, yes, the wind is turning. Getting more and more close hold here. That's why we're losing a little bit of speed. Okay. So going... I still think we have the right heading here. 2 more days. Yeah, 2 days to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna be constantly on my spyglass for the next couple of days. Hey, do I see something? I think not, but up on top of the barrel like a pirate, except it's a barrel of water. Alright, as expected. False alarm or not? What is this? Hello, hello? Happy Bay it is. Just a touch west of our south heading there. Nice! I can't see it at the naked eye, so we're still quite a way away. And the wind should be kind of blowing from there. So we... Nice! Nice! Right there. Perfect. In the fog. Beautiful. Okay. What's gonna be my approach? So I have 2 days. Surely I'm gonna be able to reach Happy Bay in 2 days when I have a spyglass visual on it. Yes. Yes. Okay. Sun is rising. It's 15 to 5 in the morning. And if my plan worked, yes, spend the night with a very reduced sail plan here, trying to reduce my speed as much as possible. I can see that the wind is not extra favorable here. This is Happy Bay. We still have 36, almost 48 hours to go. And so we're gonna take off some more speed real quick and prepare our entrance, which I don't see how it cannot be today. Alright, we're gonna try. Go for attack here. If the wind keeps turning, I'm gonna be so mad. And you see, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. I'm gonna go a little bit further. I've been known to do my attacks a bit early, thinking that I'm good going close hold, and then any wind variation would throw me off. Double checking everything from the upper deck. Yeah. Sailwind trying to make it a bit hard on us here. It's fine. You see this flipping island. Flipping wind, I can't believe it. It's very peaceful, but yeah, it's taking a while. I brought down all my stays here. We're going straight for the dock. At this point, I don't really care how much it's gonna take me. I'm still hoping I'm gonna reach there by the end of the day or before night's fall. But yeah, 2:20 already. And our speed isn't great. I think the Genoa is gonna be my last sail up. Can't believe the sun is setting. I also need to make sure I have enough speed for my last maneuver, because as you can see, I'm not really coming parallel to the dock, which is fine. You know what? I think I'm gonna bring up my Genoa first, because I need kind of my bow to slide, and I think it's gonna be easier to do that with my gaff. My gaff should bring us into the wind now, slowly but surely. Hence, kind of helping with our last maneuver here. And what I like is that I'm on the upper deck to bring it down as well. So now I cannot mess up the sail here. We've got a few seconds to go here, because once I can reach the mooring line, I should be good. But I think I might lose most of my speed here. Boom, let's jump. Go hard port side. Grab the mooring. And yes, I should be able to avoid a bass here. Nice. Okay, there might be a little... look at that. Even walking, I'm still able to do it. Now, I want to avoid too big of a bang against the dock. Flipping heck. I always find a way to fuck things up. At the last second here, I just went too far. But you see, this kind of pushing is somehow acceptable, I think. I said somewhat, somehow, yeah? And then I'm not gonna go like... I'm not gonna brute force it. We're gonna slide her a little bit, so that then, where is my second mooring? Right there. Alright. I've seen so much worse. I've done so much worse. Yes. Back to Happy Bay. Excuse me. Can you stay here, boat? Thank you very much. Line up nicely with the dock. Okay, maybe I want to be too aggressive here. Yes, it's clearly a list. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna have to unload those 5 cases of gems as well as this leather. So I know I'm very low in A-string crown. I'm not super rich as far as dragons go either. So, alright. I'm gonna unload this. I'm gonna just, enjoy the town for a day or two, give the paperwork to whoever I need to give it to, and hopefully that would complete my my mission for the governor. Very nice. I dropped the 5 crates of gem at the trade office the next morning, along with the leather. Upon checking the receipt, I was surprised to notice the gems missing. The clerk told me that his manager was off fishing eels and would be back in 2 days. Only he could issue proper paperwork for governor's items. Fine by me. I showed up slightly before 8:30, 2 days later as instructed, eager to get going, only to be told that the head of the local trade office was waiting for me at the top of the village. A few minutes later, I was standing opposite the same man I had encountered at my first visit in Happy Bay. So much had changed since I showed up in the cog so many months ago. "Your ship looks different than I remembered it," he said as a greeting, his eyes smiling. He had not changed one bit. While me... After a few pointless small talks, he simply thanked me for the gems. I took the signed paperwork and we parted way. "Oh, one last thing," he said. "The crates are ready by the dock. You didn't think those gems were a gift, did you?" "Well, not all of them." What is this? It's huge! No. Flipping heck. Sculpture. Alright. Am I even getting paid for this? So you can't really see it. Actually, you can over there. So yeah, we're home. We are in A-Strain, and that's a welcome storm for you right there, which is proving to be quite a beast. And yeah, it's we're gonna have to take her full on, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. And yeah, don't listen or don't believe your eyes. It's actually noon. Yep, but that's fine. I think that's another perfect step in the in these Brig sea trials. Yeah, I'm bringing in the navigation light, because I'm still hoping that despite the storm we'll be able to get closer to A-Strain. We're cruising. 6:30 AM. Storm is a long gone memory, and we have a visual on Sunspire, and we do not have a visual. I mean, we kind of do. It's right there, I think. Let's see. Whoop. Yeah, right there is A-Strain. So west by southwest, or even I would take a west anytime, but the wind not so much, so we're taking it easy, no problem. We managed to catch a few hours of sleep, and as you can see, I'm still with my stays. What a boat. After a good night's sleep, I unloaded the sculptures on the dock, and then headed toward the business office, hoping to get some instructions or at least some help. I was instead once again facing an unhelpful clerk, who simply refused to take in my cargo, but recommended that I check directly with the governor's office. I was starting to lose my cool, and the fact that I needed to once again go uphill was not helping. I showed my paperwork to the guards at the gate, who, upon review, casually informed me that by order of the governor, my ship was to be requisitioned, her captain arrested, and her cargo seized. The captain arrested. Hey! Wait a minute! No! You're making a big mistake here! Where am I? What? Hey! Let me out! You're making a big mistake here! Fuck! Who's gonna pay for my sculpture though? The windows had no glass. I could feel the wind, smell the sea, and listen to the waves crashing down the cliff in the distance. Unfortunately, the touch of those cold walls and the sight of those bars were stark reminders of my precarious situation. Anyone with the right background would tell you that a month in jail could change a man. Well, when the door opened the next day, I was, I'd say, humble enough to remain silent as I was taken out of my cell. They brought me to a large room. It was elegant without being ostentatious. A woman was seated at the table, a bottle of water and some food in front of her. Her stare commanded authority. With a simple nod, she invited me to sit, and to my surprise, we were soon alone in the room. I finally found the courage to break the silence. Well, madame, I believe you owe me an explanation. She smiled coldly and said, "Actually, I do not. Precautions needed to be taken. You were spotted while I was away, and we could not take the risk of losing you for weeks again. We have a mission for you." What do you mean, we? Right, she said. My name is Blake White, head diplomat for Aestrin, under direct orders from our governor. As you may know, tensions with the archipelago have flared up over the last year. This is directly threatening Aestrin's soft power in the region, putting global trade and our investments at risk. The Alang Sheikh had offered to host diplomatic talks between our regions. The governor is sending me to Gold Rock City. So, you need a boat, I assume. And a captain, she said. We have been watching you. We think you have what it takes, and there is nobody else around, really. Your ship shall portray Aestrin's might, and be loaded with enough supplies for a return trip. We leave in 2 weeks. So I'm going home. After so long. Well, I've been, thinking about the conversation I had with Blake here, and couple of things. Number one, I accepted the mission. Yep. And the main reason is that it was either I accept or my boat is seized by the Aestrin government, and then I stay in jail. So didn't take me too long to come up with let's call it the right answer. And so after 500 days away, finally going home. Wow, that's gonna be quite something. Yeah, don't worry, it's the end of the day here. But I wasn't too pleased with her comments regarding the rigging of the brig here. But feedback well received. Appointment taken with the shipyard master first thing tomorrow morning, which means I'm gonna spend the night removing a lot of pieces of equipment from the mast and the underdeck of the boat, as the lights are coming on. Very nice. And yeah, I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna have to start calculating the supplies, equipping Blake's cabin. Obviously, I'm going back to the flipping hammock, so that's another one. And yeah, it's gonna be quite busy. Oh, by the way, let me show you something here.
Take the knife. What is this? How do we go from a beautiful... What's going on? Okay, the knife is so buggy sometimes. Anyway, how do we go from a beautiful cheese to what I'm gonna call Oreo strawberry vanilla? Yeah, not great. The bread though, always good. Okay, let's get to work. Good morning. So we've got some quite favorable wind here. We're just going to the shipyard, so let's not waste any time. I'm hoping that we'll be in a good position to be able to make our turn before we hit the dock. So I need the bow to turn quite quickly here. We're gonna kiss the dock. Yeah. Luckily, we're going to the shipyard. Can I make the jump? Yes, I can. Alright. So... yeah, I know. My sails are not tuned properly, but that's alright. Because we're not gonna stay facing that direction for very long. What's gonna be the best approach here? Did I sleep with my light on? Yes, I did. Not very smart. Although I could take advantage of that brief moment to show you. So I spent so much time building up my cabin here that I've just stored stuff on the side, leaving space for the mast, and in case I'm deciding to change the mast. So yeah, so we're going right there. I have 16k because by accepting the governor's mandate, I'm then able to get my money for the sculpture, which, you know, is much appreciated. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother to play with my sails too much here. Main reason being, it's starting to rain, and I don't think I would mind going straight for the dock here. So downstairs, under the main deck, yeah, I've cleared off everything. So same thing. It's only on the side of the boat, port and starboard, so that if once again I move the mast, I should be in a good position not to have any bug or anything happening. Alright. Alright. Easy does it. Okay. Acceptable. Can I jump? Ooh. The water is rising. And we're gonna do shipyard under a storm. Maybe. Okay. We're definitely close enough now. Slide and miss. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Alright. I was so close, I don't even know how I missed that jump. But don't worry, I can miss another one as well. Are you kidding me? Alright. We won't talk about this ever again. Okay. I would like to wait for the storm to pass though. Never mind. So we've got 16k. Surely it's gonna be enough. Okay. Hello, sir. Let's see what you got. Alright, luminosity isn't too bad. That's cool. As for the past iteration of the Brig, I wanted to base my new design off real life old ships, and I wanted to go for a bar canteen, which would add a mizzen mast to my ship, so a third mast, and would be a combination of a schooner type rig as well as including some square sails. But as I was looking at the different options, I wanted to kind of put my own spin on things based on what I liked in previous designs that I tried. And starting with the mizzen, this hybrid combination of a gaff and a square, I really enjoyed it. So I went for it again with a 10-yard gaff as well as a 6-yard Brig square. The main mast is only equipped with a 13-yard Brig gaff, and that's gonna be my main sail for the ship. For the foremast, this is where again I'm going a bit away from the traditional barcanting design. I'm adding a 10-yard gaff to the foremast, in addition to 3 fairly small square sail to give me some more boost. For my forestays, I'm going with a combination of a Genoa and 2 smaller jib, as well as for my top midstay, which is a small jib as well. Here I'm trying a top square sail in my main mast, but it limits so much my rotation angle that I decided to let it be. When it comes to the helm, I was almost tempted to try having it at top, but no, I want it centered on my boat. She was my greatest challenge yet. Sometimes capricious, often demanding, but always rewarding. After agreeing to postpone our departure by 7 days, Blake and I started to get into some serious planning. And we agreed that it was best to do this trip with our hull loaded with different goods available in Aestrin but not in Alang. Again, showing our goodwill and hopefully making Blake's mission slightly easier. I made the most out of the next 3 weeks at sea in the region. I had shown Blake my new sail plan after the conversation with the shipyard master. She seemed pleased to see I was taking the task seriously. Now remains to be seen if the Aestrin Queen will do the same. The race was on. This pipe has a special savor. That's for sure. Last night in Astrin, for probably quite a while, we're leaving, setting sail for Gold Rock City tomorrow morning, day 570. It took the best part of those 3 weeks to get everything ready, and obviously we're gonna go over that. Blake is already on board, as you may see the light in her cabin. She decided to start the journey today. Not that I'm gonna complain about. I have about enough A-string crown to be able to spend a last night at the tavern, which, you know, given what lies ahead, should be quite a nice experience. Been sitting here the whole afternoon, just watching the market, things, you know, just people going on with their life, really enjoying the city. I was asking Blake how long she thinks we'll be gone, and while she couldn't give me really an answer, she did mention that it would be a few months at the very least. And yeah, that's something that I have not really spent any time trying to think about it, but head diplomat in this era was much more than just a simple representation role. And she will definitely be the eyes and the voice of the governor and of the whole Eastern region, while trying to settle negotiations with the Emerald Archipelago. And yeah, it's gonna be quite a nice trip. All right, time to go to bed. Yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for our big departure. Share a drink? No, we're good. We're good. Sun is gonna be setting soon, and that will mark the end of what has been for me a very, very special episode. As the Queen of Aestrin is making her way towards Alank and Goldrock City. I need to think a bit more, but the next episode might be a long one. I mean, I know my episodes are usually quite long, but I'm still pondering whether, obviously, I'm gonna quit the game. I'm gonna quit the game like after I'm done recording, but after that, I'm thinking I want to do the trip in one session. But I'm not sure because it's gonna take a while, and I usually don't have consecutive time to be able to do that. I'm gonna think about it. But for sure, the next episode is gonna be full sailing. Look at that. We can see the Astra Abbey on the far distance here. On the starboard side of my boat. That's awesome. That's so cool. This region is so cool now. Easy, but so cool. Alright. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I see ya!